There we
Fantastic.
go.
What an honor to be on the call with you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, well, you too.
Mm,
You know what? If you're okay with me kind of just jumping in, the main
yeah,
reason that,
yeah,
well, not the main reason, the reason I did it quicker than I did before,
yeah.
because I've been meaning to try to connect with you and I just haven't. And I'll see you on the Zooms, and then I'll see you in kind of other things that are going on. I'll see you in the Facebook group, and I'm like, I need to, and I just forget. I just, life, just
It
work and all that.
does.
Because
Yeah.
I also have a W-2.
Okay.
And on I think it was, yeah, Thursday, I was on a Zoom with the Surplus Academy with David
Okay.
Church,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yes.
I saw a picture of you, and I'm like, is that Graham Norris?
Yeah, this is
Because
a
it
guy
was,
everywhere.
yeah. Well, I didn't actually speak to him because it was a guy named JC
Jason Garrick.
Yurtik
Yes, Garrick.
Garrett.
Yeah, yes,
So
he's
he
a
was the one
great guy.
talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was talking, and I was like, is that Graham Norris? Oh, I know what I said. It's like, is that Graham? And then he was like, yeah, that's Graham Norris. I was like, I know of him. I don't know him, but I'm on other Zooms because I'm in a different community with him.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, interesting. So I was just like, you know what? I gotta set something up. And so I did it, and I was like, oh, perfect. I can do it just before I go to
Fantastic.
my
Well, what an
work.
honor, Freddie. Thank you for
Yeah,
connecting with me. Yes, we've obviously got a lot in common because when you
yeah,
see somebody a lot, you've got a lot in common with them, right? So
yeah.
it's
Most
no
definitely.
doubt in my mind that somehow we can help each other in this business,
Yeah.
so that'd be wonderful. So, did you get a chance in all your research, as it were, to watch that short little video? Who is Graham Norris? Get my
Yes, I
story.
did. Yep.
Fantastic. That saves a lot of time. So, why don't you tell me your story, how you got into real estate, and how you think I can help you?
Yeah. Well, I've been I guess, in real estate since about, what was it, about 2006 with my own property. My dad's always had properties growing up, and they live 4 hours from where I live, where it is a little bit cheaper to definitely get properties. Then even now, I mean, it was a lot cheaper before.
Mm,
And so it's just something that I've always wanted to do. I guess my biggest thing was, how can I truly get a property with no money? Because you hear
mm,
people talk about it. And then, back in '06 and early 2000s, you would just hear a lot about it. And a lot of times that the only way you can get into it was, we got to pay this person that's presenting it to you and get into a program, but it was just books or CDs. And I, I'd go to some of those events, but then I was just like, well, what do I do next? Who do I communicate with? It was harder. But you really had to grind, and having a W-2 was just, how can I fit all that in? Can I
right.
fit it in? Do I really want to fit it in? And so then, moved over here to Seattle. I bought a property, a condo, and I was just like, whoa, this is a good start. And then, kind of life take its course, had a family, and we moved out. So
Mm,
I've kept that. And I was just like, well, how can we build on this?
mm,
And that was the main thing. And, we bought a couple properties since then. A lot of them were primary homes. And then, COVID happened,
mm,
where a lot of me that work from home. And so it really kind of opened my eyes more on, how do I find this? Where do I go? But it was interesting because I really wasn't looking for that. I was kind of, but I was actually introduced to infinite banking.
okay.
And infinite banking led me to finding pace.
Okay.
And it was interesting how that happened, because obviously there's small correlation, but not a whole lot of correlation,
Right.
because, one talks about one thing, but it relates it to real estate. And then pace is just strictly about real estate.
Mm,
And so it was a thing that I just kind of had to balance. I was like, what is this guy talking about? And then I understand what Pace is talking about how can that be done? How does it implement?
mm,
And then that's when, he started Gator, and then jumping into that and learning more how to leverage people's money, leverage my
right.
own money, leverage, lines of credit to the bank, and just building from there.
Yeah.
And then just been on that, on that wheelhouse from there. Ended up getting a partner. It was about last year, around February of last year, because we want to really focus on affordable housing.
Mm,
And that's what we've been doing since last year. And then just trying to, hit up hard um, the transactional side of real estate.
right.
And that was kind of the main thing, because, when you talk about Pace's community about Gator, it can mean a lot of different things.
Mm.
And when we first got introduced to it, was from at least from my perspective, was Gator is small, more short term, smaller term deals, and just getting in,
Yes.
getting out,
Yeah.
not the whole PML side of it.
It's really sales, so you only
Correct.
what is your last sale, really. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. And so just building on that, and I was able to, go into it hard. I got a partner during it. Through the course of it, he couldn't do it anymore, which was fine. But then a lot of the stuff that I was finding was just a lot of long-term PML stuff.
Hmm.
And for me, having a W-2, because mine is structured really 9 to 5.
Okay. What
I
was your
work,
W-2? You keep saying W-2,
I,
but what do you do?
yeah,
Got me
I work for
curious.
yeah, I
Yeah.
work for the federal government.
Oh,
That's what I
right.
work for.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
That's why you're a little bit
So,
more secretive, huh? Yes.
a little.
You're not an FBI
Uh,
agent or anything like that, right?
no,
No, no, no.
no,
Okay.
no. I mean, I could tell you it's fine. Just that I work for the Social Security Administration, is who I work
All
for.
right. Okay. Okay. Very
So,
good. Yeah.
um, it is, definitely a lot structured, and I got to really work on this is me thing more of how do I fit everything else and how can I fit out real estate in the morning or when I get home or during the day.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
like right now, this is a good example. This is what I do in the mornings. Either, talking to somebody like yourself, talking to an agent,
Mm.
talking a prospective deal or project, or look for homes. And this is what I
Right.
do. The
Right.
nice thing is my partner that I have, he works actually in the East Coast. So
Mm.
he's obviously always 3 hours ahead. And then he's able to, his job is a little bit more flexible where he can spend more time on the phone
Mm.
compared to me. Once I hit in the next, 30 minutes, not that I couldn't, it's just, obviously I'm providing or giving my time to my employer
Mm.
for the job that, I signed up for. And I deal with a lot of the front facing people.
Right.
And so dealing with that, it's a little bit harder for me to say, hey, I got to go. I got to go talk to Graham or I got to talk to this person. It
Yeah.
just puts a little wrench in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
understand. Yeah. So you
but
essentially what I'm hearing, is it kind of trapped, because of your job. But so you were in real estate because you want to build a residual income, which is money while you sleep, like Warren says.
yeah,
Warren Buffett, doesn't he? He says, unless you find a way of making money while you sleep, you will work till you die. That's,
exactly.
I think that's the quote from Warren Buffett, right?
Yeah,
So you're looking for real estate strategies that will provide that residual income. Is that right?
almost definitely.
Yeah. So Gator really is money now, is a strategy. It's only as good as the last sale. It doesn't build up residual income. It's
Hmm.
good when you need a capital injection for something, right? So
Yeah. Hmm.
it's part of the plan, as it were, but it sounds like you want to eventually uh, get out of prison, as it were. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
call
most definitely.
W-2s. They're a prison, right? You're shackled there because you got to pay your bills, right?
Well, correct.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Because if you don't work, you're not going to get that pay, and you need
Yeah,
something to pay your bills, right? So
most definitely.
yes, I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. I think that's what you're saying. Is that right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
got background in what you're looking
Oh
for.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Most definitely. And the cool thing is that because I've seen you as well in Ryan Scrope's group and
Yes,
Fundwise,
yes.
and you know, watching his YouTube that he did with Pace
Hmm.
was definitely an eye opener of how transactional money or funding can really be streamlined. And
Yeah,
that's what I was missing because I really didn't, CRMs and stuff like that. I know of them, but I just don't know how to use it. And it was more on I know how to use Excel. I know how to use technology, but it
right.
was just more how do I step it up a little bit? But I didn't want to have to spend money that potentially the way I would look at it, not make enough on it to pay for it.
Right, right,
And
right.
so
That's happens to most of us. You're
yeah,
exactly right. These courses that we join and we spend thousands of dollars, I'm well in my six figures on courses, by the way, so I
Oh
can
wow.
this. And most of them you don't get your money back, you know. So
Yeah.
you're quite right, and that fear is genuine and it holds everyone, the majority, back in the
Hmm.
community. And
Yeah.
so I really thank God for Ryan.
Hmm.
He's an amazing leader and he's producing
Yeah.
answers for the gaps that people usually have to fill in. And
Yeah.
I don't blame Pace or anything like that because we're supposed to be entrepreneurs. We're supposed to be able to work all that stuff out ourselves, and it's
Exactly.
our own business. So
Hmm.
we shouldn't blame anybody. But Ryan's give is really giving and providing a very good solution and bridges to
Yeah.
help people make money with Gator.
Exactly.
It's extremely
Yeah.
good, actually. Um, but every gator, it's every one of us, it's only one time payoff. There's no way of building that residual. I feel like this because I'm 63, Freddie, so you probably understand, right? None of us
Uh-huh.
live forever. There's one certain
Sure.
thing in life that we will die one day, okay?
Yeah.
And but the other certain thing in life is we have bills every single month. So it
Hmm.
makes way more sense have a strategy in there that builds up residual income.
Hmm.
Money while we sleep, as Warren Buffett puts it, right? So
Yeah.
we need a strategy to do that. And that's really where the what true investor in real estate is
Hmm.
holding onto property. But that has
Exactly.
its drawbacks, right? And that's why I wrote my books, right?
Hmm.
Especially the first one, which was the cautionary tales of real estate investing. Did you see this one?
I've seen that one before. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I went bankrupt. You know, I
Uh-huh.
lost my business and it's enormously painful. I made a whole bunch of mistakes. The worst of it was I was in total fear what of legal counsel of an attorney
Hmm.
because I mean everybody knows they're about $750 an hour and they want this huge upfront retainer, you know,
Retainer fee.
$5,000-$10,000 retainer if you want to sue somebody, and it's
Hmm.
just crazy. And you think, well, do I have all the details? I mean, if I don't have all the details and it's all on paper and easily provable, I'm just going to waste my time and money and stress and everything else. So
Exactly.
I went to court every Tuesday, kicking a tenant out, thinking, well, I'm the landlord. They haven't paid the rent. Surely that's straightforward. And most of the time it was, but
Hmm.
a lot of times it wasn't. And where they had legal representation, legal aid, the tenants, and you think,
Hmm.
well, what can they do? Well, they got the judge to give them another 30 days.
Yeah.
So that's more money lost. And they
Correct.
could do that up to three times. It happened to me
Hmm.
frequently. And
Wow.
so that destroys your cash flow, it puts enormous pressure on. One thing leads to another, you know, and all sorts of problems. Which we haven't got time now to go into, but it really is bad. And so it's important component of real estate investing is to have uh, access to legal counsel at an
Hmm.
economic rate. And
Yeah.
I only just came across that the other day. That's why you mentioned David Church, because I don't know whether you know, David Church introduced me to Legal Shield, which is
Oh, okay.
an attorney in your back pocket, right?
Yep. I've heard of it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's for a low monthly fee.
Hmm.
And you can't spend more than $200, I think, for the small business pro. It's about $185 or something like that.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
so, I mean, it's going to take a lot of those to come up to something for $150 an hour. I'd rather pay the
Yeah.
monthly thing, be a member, and have unlimited access to an attorney for
Hmm.
any number of reasons, whether I'm suing or being sued or, you know, whatever. I just need a letter to get my money back from a subscription they would charge or something
Hmm.
like that. It's so I'm shouting this from the rooftops within the real estate community because we all deal and need an attorney, and most of the time we
Yeah.
avoid it. We're writing contracts, we're doing JV deals with each other. This is a team
Mhm.
sport, and we need to be able to have an attorney look over our paperwork that we
Oh
submit
yeah,
for every
most
deal.
definitely.
And especially in Gator, I'm sure you've heard the stories. Many of them, the leadership have lost six figures on deals.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
painful. Talk to Jason Parks or
Hmm.
Jake, who led the Elite Gator thing. They've lost
Yep.
a lot of money. Very
Hmm.
painful, Jing Wang and others as well. Could go on and on. And Gregory Crane. I could just keep naming them, but
Yeah.
they've all lost a lot of money, and they all need and didn't have the attorney or didn't employ the attorney because, like me, I thought they're too expensive. So
Exactly.
you, how do you know David Church, by the way? As a
Just
surplus funds?
just surplus funds. Yeah. I I really, even during COVID, I was trying to figure out kind of other avenues or streams of income that you could make in real estate,
Yeah.
and I ended up finding. I'm trying to think what was his name first. A guy named Eric Richardson that
Okay.
did surplus funds, and it was just kind of like, oh, okay. Then it leads you to something else, and I found Spencer Van, who I think was also connected with
Oh
David
yes,
Church,
he
and
was.
then
Yes, they
um,
split up rather
okay,
probably. Yes, yes, they
okay,
did.
and
Yeah.
then I've always been interested, and my biggest thing was is how do I get into it at a reasonable cost, but still learn it. But then
Yeah.
how do I wedge it in with my W-2? You
Right.
know, I
Right.
know Thursday and Fridays I could because I'm home, but I'm still, working. But
Right.
then on the weekends, and how could I truly, could I make it work for me? Is it something to where if I get on the phones or, because I think I'm pretty good at researching or finding people, but
Right.
now it's just kind of how do I put everything together? How do I get the list?
Right.
Or how do I go about acquiring the list to be able to follow up on these and then just follow a system? Because I
Yeah.
know it definitely is a system to follow on where do I start and where do I go from there. So, but that's how I got introduced. And then, I did a Zoom because I still get emails from him. And so I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I haven't been on one for a while. So let me just check it out. And I checked it out. And then that's kind of when I saw you. I'm like, dude, this must be a sign. I need to set something up with Graham because
Yeah.
it was just interesting. I mean, small world, but
Yeah.
it was an interesting thing because the reason I saw you is because they had a picture of you one of your I don't know if it was one of your first or one of your many tax surplus funds
Mm.
that you got back.
Oh
And I was
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
reach out, man, because I gotta see how he liked it.
That's
Did he
fine.
enjoy it? Are you still doing it? Because I know a lot of stuff in real estate, it's not always for everybody,
Mm.
but there is a kind of a balance of, hey, I want to
Right.
do this in real estate, I want to do this, or do
Right.
I just keep on this one thing and just go from
Right,
there?
right, right. So yeah, my niche is really large multifamilies, but they come around maybe once or twice a year. So
Hmm.
in the meantime, I'm banging this legal access drum because everybody
Okay.
needs it, and it's so
Hmm.
expensive that most people avoid it, so they don't have the protection. Then end up losing the money. So
Gotcha.
I want to, if you want to check it out, for you with a job, you want to eventually um, be able to retire from that job. And if you can be an associate. That's what I am in legal shield,
Oh,
associate to
okay.
church.
Okay.
And it's very congruent. You talk about um,
Hmm.
vertical. This is very much vertical because the essential component in real estate investing, being an
Correct.
investor, having legal access. So, and you can recommend it to all your real estate investor friends. They pay you the very next day. So,
Oh, that's nice.
this could be a way of you building up your residual income around your job.
Hmm.
Gator thing. Uh, you can certainly do it if you come across it, but to be honest with you, I'm an elite gator, so I know it's a
Hmm.
full-time marketing sales job.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
So I don't think with a full-time W-2 you have the time to do it. Now you may come across deals and you know about it, and of course you're going to do it, right? But to make full-time income from Gator, because you're only as good as your last sale, you've got to be full-time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
market. Yes. Now,
yeah,
this is a way of just talking to your other real estate friends who need an attorney and get them to sign up for a monthly program. You can start for as low as $30, $1 a day. It's really ridiculously low, you
yeah. I
know?
see that.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, I mean, just looking at this right now, they've really expanded a lot. I mean, commercial driver's license, legal plan, small
Yes.
business plan. So that's really cool.
It
Because I've
is
always known that
amazing.
the ID Shield, because
Right.
I've been part of like with my insurance, yeah, our health insurance company. It wasn't more health insurance, and then there was might have been a bank thing where our stuff was compromised, and then they send you out
Right.
the free
Oh,
stuff.
yes,
Hey,
the
go sign.
ID Shield. Yeah,
So
they do $3 million of coverage. Absolutely
yeah.
spectacular. Because every one of us have been compromised. And I got a letter the other day. This is the
Hmm.
letter I got, and they gave me an account to do the monitoring and thing, but they got compromised. And you get
Yeah.
getting these letters, and so
Yeah.
the ID Shield give you 3 million coverage. Not this silly. This is just a silly one. It doesn't really protect
Yeah.
you. It just gives you free monitoring. Well, what's the heck? That's like leaving your house door open. A burglar comes in, and you just, oh yeah, a burglar's here. What can you do about
Oh,
it? You know,
oh yeah.
didn't stop them, right? You need to be stopped. So
Well, this is
yeah.
really cool. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And if you become an associate, it's only $49, right? And it's a
Yeah.
one-time thing, and you can refer and you get paid the very next day. So
Oh wow. Okay.
it's stunning. Um, that's why I'm shouting it from the rooftops as it
Well, no, thank you.
yeah, yeah.
So the cool, have you done the business builder? Because it's interesting. It seems
I
like
only
they help you
started three
build
weeks
out like,
ago. Yeah, I only
oh,
started
did you?
3 weeks
Okay.
ago. But I'm a manager already. I've already done the fast start and got the bonuses, and now I'm manager. And
Oh, good for
yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, it's easy, you see, because
Yeah.
it's easy. Everybody in real estate needs an attorney, and I've got all. So for me, it's a no-brainer, right? You talk to
Yeah.
any broker of a
Uh-huh.
real estate firm, they have all this liability they worry about every single day with their agents. They need
Oh
legal.
yeah.
They need it.
Hey, that's awesome.
So it's easy.
Yeah.
Just make a few broker phone calls each day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them a really good rate for an attorney. That's really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, I'll have to check it out later on my ride home. The cool thing about like myself, I get to take the train, so
Oh,
I
nice.
don't like to. I take public transportation as much as I can. I don't like to drive. So
Sure.
at least during the week because there's just traffic. Traffic is crazy. So
Yeah.
a lot of times that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of catching up on my emails, things people refer to me, Zoom. So it's nice because it helps me
You're
out
very
just to kind
wise.
of get through.
I
Yeah.
had an entrepreneur does that the other day. He's got a car, but he doesn't use it. He Ubers everywhere because he does his
Oh,
work in the back
in the
seat
car.
of Uber.
That's awesome.
His
That's awesome.
traveling office, Yeah, I thought,
Yeah,
oh, he's leveraging time, you see. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
need to as much as you can for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good,
No,
Freddie.
that's
Well, I've
awesome,
enjoyed
man.
talking to you. Book another call with me because I know we got a lot more to talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Fantastic. All right,
All
Freddie.
right.
You
Well,
have a
thank
good
you.
day. Thank you.
All right, you
Take
too.
care.
Bye.